I come to you live. Ian's death toll rises. Massive rescue efforts continue in Florida. It was devastating. As you can see the picture, people looking forward to saving more lives. Coming from Tallahassee, Florida. Top Florida officials said Friday that the death toll wrought by Hurricane Ian has reached into the double digits as search and rescue teams continue to comb through scores of wreckage, hunting for survivors. The same that the other responders has performed more than 700 rescues thus far and made contact with 3,000 people who sheltered in place throughout the massive storm. Search and rescue teams are continuing to look for more people who may have been trapped by severe flooding. Rescuers were going house to house in some areas using a grid system to ensure no one is missing. In one particular area, unspecified county encountered a home with water over its rooftop. Inside, there appeared to be human remains, but officials won't be able to confirm anything until the flood waters reside. Florida Division of Emergency Management Director Kevin Goodyear said Friday, "We want to be transparent, but we just don't know that number." Goodyear said regarding fatalities, officials said there were at least 21 deaths likely caused by the hurricane, though some news reports had higher totals. It was unlikely for anyone to have survived if they stayed. 1.6 million people are still without power, mostly in southwest Florida, which was hit the hardest. The number, however, dropped significantly from the 2.5 million who had no power just a day before. The storm made landfall near Fort Myers and Lee County on Wednesday, bringing with it catastrophic flooding and damaging winds. The storm moved east into the Atlantic Ocean Thursday and made landfall in South Carolina over Georgetown on Friday at about 2:30 p.m. President Joe Biden spoke with South Carolina GOP Gov. Henry McMaster on Friday and earlier issued an emergency declaration for the state. "We knew there would be flooding, but to have more standing water 200 plus miles away is saying something," Florida Gov. Ron DeSantis said during a Friday night news conference in St. Augustine, Florida, near Jacksonville. As of Friday, there were 12 deaths in Charlotte County, believed to be tied with the hurricane, 8 in Collier County, and 1 in Polk County, according to the state officials. However, did not speculate the possible number of fatalities in badly hit Lee County, where reports on Thursday indicated that at least 5 people died there from the storm. The sheriff of Lee County, Carmine Marcino, speculated on Good Morning America early Thursday morning that fatalities are in the hundreds in his area. Biden on Thursday also said that early reports indicate that there could be substantial loss of life. DeSantis, however, has attempted to downplay that possibility, remaining hopeful that search and rescue operations will turn up survivors. "You kind of have a lump in your throat because just don't know what's going to happen," DeSantis said. Of Marcino estimates, "I think that was done because there is concern for the well-being of the people of Lee County, and there's a concern of the damage that this storm has done." Hurricane Ian, which made landfall in Florida as a Category 4 hurricane, unleashed winds of 150 miles per hour when it crashed ashore Wednesday, causing what DeSantis described as a 500-year flood event. At least 15,000 people were sheltered in place during the storm before it made landfall. More than 2.5 million were under evacuation orders. During a brief on Friday, Biden said there are 6 fixed-wing aircraft, 18 rescue boats, and crew, 16 rescue helicopters working on the rescue efforts. "We're just beginning to see the scale of their destruction. It's likely to rank among the worst in the nation's history," he said. "It's going to take months, years to rebuild." One of the state's top priorities as of Friday is working with the federal and local officials to repair the water main break in Lee County. DeSantis said the water main damage means that no water is currently getting to the county and its 750,000 plus residents. The United States Army Corps of Engineers is expected to be key in making that happen. To that end, FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell is in Florida with DeSantis to assess the damages and offer support. Biden, who spoke with DeSantis by phone Friday, is also expected to visit Florida soon. Biden on Thursday declared in a major disaster, opening up more aid for the state and individual assistance to residents of several counties. Criswell said Friday that the feds will soon add more counties to that list. FEMA is here to support these missions ongoing efforts right now to continue the life-saving missions that are still ongoing, but to also begin to support the recovery mission, Criswell said during the Friday briefing. Ian brought near Category 5 winds to Florida southwest coast, along with devastating rains and storm surges that exceeded 10 feet in some areas. The storm route and its massive rainfall will be felt in most corners of Florida. Florida, as of Friday, has inspected and reopened an estimated 800 bridges, including some in high priority areas in the southwest. DeSantis said the state is working to clear roadways and set up staging areas for local residents to secure flood and water. Fuel is being delivered to the state, but electricity continues to be an issue plaguing that area and other areas of different counties. Coast. State health care regulators also evacuated 848 patients from the 198 health care facilities that were in the path of the Category 4 storm. Hardy County is almost completely powerless, while Charlotte and Lee counties are facing outages of roughly 85%, and about 80% customers are without power in the DeSoto County, while Sarasota, Collier, and Manatee counties have about 50% of their electricity in operation. Some school districts that closed campuses for the storm reopened on Friday, including Miami-Dade and Broward counties. Dozens of school districts, however, remain closed at least through Friday as they deal with power outages and possible flooding. Schools in Lee, Charlotte, and Collier counties could be closed even longer. Officials in Lee County are even unable to update the school district website due to outages. DHS Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said Friday that the feds have deployed thousands of people among FEMA, the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Agency, and even TSA to aid Florida. This is an all of government, all of community effort to address the needs of a community that has been struck to devastatingly by this storm. It was heartbreaking. It was crushing. It was devastating. It was not right. But people have been in the storm and they survived. America said on Morning Joe. And that was it. Be sure to subscribe. It's YNV Ciego. Hit the bell ring and notifications in order to get more up and coming news from Ciego, YNV Ciego. And that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hearing. Hurricane Ian has brought damage.